Hi, my name is Michael Roche. I'm here at APS in Washington, D.C., and I've came from Penn State University. I want to talk a little bit about my poster. So basically, we're interested in looking at social processes and how they play out in daily life. We take an interpersonal framework that says that the most important experiences you have are interpersonal in nature, and you can really define these by how dominant or submissive you are, which is referred to as agency, or how friendly or unfriendly you are, which is referred to as communion. So these dimensions of agency and communion, we think, really help to organize perceptions and behaviors. And so what we did was we took these college students and we gave them a measure to say how agentic and communal did you perceive your interaction partners throughout a week, and how agentic and communally did you behave throughout that week. And we wanted to look at these associations to see if we could make sense of them and see how personality would impact that. Specifically, we looked at the dependent personality, which is a person that really just needs excessive reassurance, is really focused on trying to get the other person to like them, and sometimes becomes very submissive in order to make sure that that goal is met. So we wanted to look to see how that personality structure impacted these relationships between how they perceived others and how they behaved in their daily life. To do that, we used a multi-level model where people were nested within the interactions that they reported, and we looked at a within-person association of how communal they perceived others, how agentic they perceived others, and what communal and agentic behaviors happened after that. And we found a significant interaction effect for this personality variable of dependency. The basic story is when their interaction partners are seen as more friendly or more communal, there's no difference in their agentic behavior. But when their interaction partners are seen as less friendly, the highly dependent person's agency goes way down. So it's as if when the other person's unfriendly with them, they can't muster up the sense of agency to be dominant with that other person. And we think that makes a lot of sense given the dependent personality style, as well as just how they tend to interact with people in their actual daily life. But of course, this can lead to being exploited, because if people are being unfriendly to you and your automatic move is then to become more submissive, that could lead to some kinds of problems. So more generally, we think that this approach of looking at the daily life, looking at their interpersonal perceptions and behaviors is pretty helpful. We've done this research with borderline personality as well as narcissistic personality, and so we think it's a good framework to look at how personality unfolds in daily life. And one of the next extensions we're going to do is to focus on how these can tell us about person-specific applications. So if we put a dependent person in treatment and then we look at them a month later, will these patterns look the same or can they change? So that's my story, and thanks for stopping by.